serious?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am the Joker. This is actually my Halloween costume and I am living for how this turned out. You could tell in the tutorial how much I enjoyed creating this for you guys. Of course, I incorporated the Chelsea smile with some blood, as you saw in the intro, and I glammed it up a little bit with some glitter tears. So if you are planning to be a glammed up Joker this year, please keep watching. With our eyes primed and set, we're first taking the Makeup Geek Shadow Wisteria over our crease as our first transition shade. Just building that shadow up to my liking. Then taking MAC's Blacktrack gel liner with a flat synthetic brush all over my lid. I'm not covering up my whole lid. As you can see, there are some areas that are patchy, but that's totally fine. This is just our base for the black shadow. With a fluffy pencil brush, I'm taking Makeup Geek's Corrupt Shadow and blending that slightly into the crease. Then with a flat brush, I'm packing on that black shadow all over the lid. I'm not being super neat with this just because we'll be doing some touch-ups later. With another fluffy pencil brush, I'm taking Chi Chi's shadow in Firework and using this shade to blend out that black shadow into the crease. This is a beautiful deep purple shimmery shade. I'm then taking the dark purple shade from the IT Cosmetics Luxe eyeshadow palette and going completely over my crease with this shadow. I'm adding the most shadow to that inner brow bone / tear duct area. Again, taking the pencil brush with the Chi Chi shadow to further blend all the shadows together. To blend out all the edges, I'm using MAC's Wedge shadow. I do this all the time with all of my eye looks. It just makes the edges look seamless. With a small flat brush, I'm packing on the black shadow on my lid just because I got a little bit of fallout from the purple shadows. Touching up my crease shade with a small definer brush. And then adding more purple to the inner brow bone. Next, highlighting my brow bone with Makeup Geek's Ice Queen. For my brows, I'm using Benefit's Precisely My Brow Pencil in number 3. I'm making my arch a little higher than usual for that angry Joker look, as you can see, and then just filling them in per usual. Prepping my skin with Benefit's Porefessional and then going in with Maybelline's Dream Velvet Foundation in Porcelain Ivory. I just made my skin more pale with this foundation instead of that super white look that the Joker usually has because we're glam, so I'm just pouncing that in with my beauty blender. Highlighting and concealing with Too Faced Concealer in light and Urban Decay's Naked Skin Concealer in pink, mixing those two together. Baking with some Laura Mercier and setting the rest of my face with that same powder. And onto the lower lash line. I'm first adding Makeup Geek's Corrupt Shadow all over and then blending it out with the same dark purple shade we used on the crease. You can really smoke this out as low as you want. Highlighting the inner corners with Makeup Geek's Daydreamer and onto the glitter. I'm first using the Urban Decay glitter liner in AC/DC and then taking it down in what I thought looked like a tear shape. You can do a bunch of tears, one tear, it's totally up to you. And while the glitter liner is still wet, I'm packing on loose glitter from Sugar Natural in the shade Swirl on top. For a little dimension, I added the Urban Decay glitter liner in Spandex as well. Contouring my nose with a purple shadow and then highlighting with Makeup Geek's Daydreamer. Again, contouring my cheeks with that same purple shadow and hitting the forehead with some Hoola bronzer. Adding some iconic lashes from House of Lashes. These are always the best for Halloween tutorials. For the furrowing brows, I took my brow pencil and sketched upward, starting at the base of my brows. Setting the brows, of course. Next, the Chelsea smile. I used 3rd Degree in a light flush color. You want to use separate tools for each tub, so for A, I'm taking a little bit and adding it onto a surface. You can use a palette, I'm just using what I have, which is the bottom of a bowl. Then for B, I'm using a separate tool to take it out of its tub and then placing it on the bowl, making sure to not mix it yet. And with a separate tool, mixing them together until it's nice and gooey, as you can see. Now with any metal tool, you can use a spatula. I used the edge of my tweezer, which worked totally fine. As you can see, I have the first layer of my smile on, and then I'm layering more right on top. I suggest doing 2 layers for that 3D raised skin effect. And with a rough sponge, I'm just dabbing very lightly. This will give it more texture and cut the shine of the third degree. Adding a little bit of loose powder on top to blend it in with my skin more. I also took a lip brush and smoothed out some of the edges. Besides the blood we'll be using later, I just used lipstick, no paint. So I'm filling in the crack with a bright red lipstick all the way to the edge with a thin liner brush. Then took a mixture of black lipstick and a darker red lipstick, and then added this closer to the edges of that smile. I then soaked a Q-tip with some alcohol, rubbed it onto my lipstick, and then dabbed right on the edges. I took the sponge we used earlier, rubbed that onto my lipstick, and again dabbed on top of the edges. It's starting to come together. Adding some final touches with some lipstick again, and then doing the Q-tip method once more. For lips, I used ColourPop's Bichette liner, filled them in with Kat Von D's Lolita 2. I felt like it was too warm, so I added Lolita on top. I got this special effects blood from Party City, and it's really cool because when it dries, it still looks wet. So I'm adding the blood to the crack, going over my lip a bit, added some to my chest, and we are finished. My contacts are from ttdi.com in the style Polar Lights Gray. On their site from November 11th to 15th, if you spend $100, you get $30 off, which is such a great deal. I'll link their info down below. I hope you liked the video. Please like, thumbs up if you did. I'm obsessed with this glammed up Joker look. And here is how the whole costume looks. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Halloween!